What's going on, guys? I gotta start prefacing some of these videos off with the usual YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. It would be nice to get some subscribers in, get the likes, and get all that good stuff. Yeah, we'll stop there for now. So I want to talk a little bit about Andrew Tate and what I think about Andrew Tate. Me and Andrew Tate are around the same age. I'm 37. I think Andrew Tate is like 35, 36. And I don't want to take anything away from his established accomplishments, being a world-class fighter. He's made a lot of money. Him and his brother, they come from, humble beginnings, to say. I saw a video where him and his brother, they were talking about how they used to go to KFC and wait for people to throw out buckets and take some of the chicken that was like good pieces and bring them home and mix them with rice and all this type of stuff. All that stuff sounds good. For the most part, Andrew Tate checks out as a decent person with me. But with a lot of the things that have been going on lately, I really don't understand exactly what's going on. It's starting to kind of seem sort of Alex Jones-esque. So you have this guy, Andrew Tate, who, he was a fighter. He made a good amount of money. And he made some fuck you money. F-you money. And when you think that somebody like that would probably just go ahead and sail into the sunset and take their money, invest it, and do other things on the quiet end, he decided to get into social media. And one of the products that he offers is this thing called, I'm not even sure what it's called. I don't follow these things too much. I kind of just like glance over it. And I see it for what it is. I think he has like Hustlers Community or whatever it is, where he charges essentially young kids who probably were very quiet in high school, middle school, quiet in college, combined with some people who are just losers, people who can't communicate with women and can't get laid and all that type of stuff. And he charges them money, like $50 or something like that. He tells them how they can get laid and stuff like that. That's one aspect of his whole, persona. And then on the other end, he's sort of trying to get into the conspiracy community. Now, me personally, I have been sort of like a conspiracy theorist for a very long time. I mean, like I got back into the big event that happened in 2001. That was one of the first things that really, truly opened my eyes. I'm not going to get into the details of it. That's why I'm saying the big event in 2001. Most people know 2001, a big event happened. If you don't get it, then you're not there. You don't get it. But that was one of the big things that opened my mind up. But I would say that around 2015, 2016, 2017 on YouTube, you could find a lot of videos about all kinds of different conspiracies that were going on that are still going on today. A lot of these content creators during that time, their channels have been deactivated, removed, etc. And for the most part, most people who have been around conspiracies and stuff like that, they know that you don't talk about it anymore. Because if you have a channel, you're going to get demonetized, you're going to get canceled, etc. So that end of Andrew Tate really doesn't make much sense to me. Because let's go through it, all right? Andrew Tate, he says all the time that his father was in the CIA. And his father gave up a decent career in the CIA to quit and just go play chess, which is completely freaking unheard of. I mean, like, who's ever heard of, there's this thing I've always heard when it comes to the CIA, and it's that once you're in the CIA, you're always CIA. Like, you get access to information that, to the point where they're always going to keep tabs on you, put it that way, right? And they always want to make sure that you're, you don't get too broke. Like, why, like, say if you're a part of like a major organization and you get all kinds of like very sensitive information, why would they want you to just go starve and go broke and then probably try to turn around and sell that information? It's just weird. But I noticed that, Andrew Tate kind of came out of nowhere. Sure, he was a kickboxing fighter, all that type of stuff. He went from kickboxing. He started as, I think he was part of Big Brother or one of these like weird MTV-esque TV shows, and then he went into fighting, of course, and then he came out with this crazy persona as the Top G. Now, I mean, his Top G alias, moniker, whatever you want to call it, it has two ends to it. You know, two sides. The one side is where he's trying to expose loose women, you know, gold diggers, and trying to teach young men who can't get laid or loser type guys that as long as you follow his direction, you're going to be able to have sex with these women, and you'll do this, you'll get a higher body count, all this type of stuff. He's not really saying anything on that aspect that nobody already knows. Like, everybody knows that today women are just out of control with having sex with all these different like individuals, and then they get to their 30s, their 40s. Is a Tom Leykis. You know, if you guys know anything about Tom Leykis, look up Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis started up a lot of this type of stuff, where he talks about, you know, the way women are and all this type of stuff. Not that I agree with it, but I mean, the things that Andrew Tate is saying is not new. By any means, it's not new. So there's that part of it, where he's kind of trying to be like a social savior to young men and trying to expose women for being gold diggers and hypergamy and all this stuff. Shit that has been around for a long time. And then on the other end of the coin, he's also trying to kind of expose like these shady organizations that everybody knows. Like, you know, it's like the, what do you call it? The Wizard of Oz. You know, there's somebody behind the curtain kind of, you know, pulling the levers and stuff like that and manipulating the world and shit like that. Once you sort of open your eyes, you kind of see that this is what's going on. So he's taking a stance against these people. And he comes off, he's a very intelligent guy. He himself is a chess player. His father was a chess player, you know, from what we're being told. And he was in the CIA. So you kind of have to ask yourself the question, why is it that somebody like this man, would make a choice to attack the establishment, right? One thing that I know, I have been into conspiracies for a long time, all of that. And if there's one thing that I understand is that you do not, like, you know, once you start to see the way the world is for what it is, if you are just a single dude, like in the Matrix, as he likes to say, you don't want to rock the boat, because you have to understand there are people far more powerful than Andrew Tate who have been taken down. All of their money being taken, their cars, their house, their families destroyed, all this stuff. Once you start barking up the wrong tree, I like to call it boxing with God. It's like one of these things where your arms are too short to box with God. You do not want to start going up against some of these people because you're not powerful enough. So let's just say Andrew Tate has $200, $100, $200, $300 million. That's nowhere near the amount of money that you're going to need in order to combat these people. You know, they have way too many tools, the TV, internet, all these types of things, where they could just like crush you, and they can convince people that you are the problem, which is sort of like what's happening with him now, where, you know, okay, they cancel him on YouTube, they cancel him on many social platforms, and then suddenly that doesn't work. He goes over to another platform, and he's still buzzing, he's still pretty popular. So then he gets rushed at his house by the Romanian, police or whatever it is, and taken to jail. And he predicted some of these things. He says, okay, if they can't cancel me, then they'll arrest me. If they can't arrest me, then they'll kill me. He's like laying out this whole like thing. But like the problem that I have with somebody like Andrew Tate is I don't understand why he's getting involved in any of this in the first place. Why would you bother trying to tell people things that they already know? Right now in this current state, in the social world, women are out of control. They're like, you know, they want to have sex with everybody, all this type of stuff. The family structure is being destroyed. These are all things that most of us already know. He wants to come out and be like the savior. Does he truly believe that he's going to save everyone? I don't think that he really does. And then on the other end, does he think that he's going to actually expose the Illuminati and the men behind the curtain? You know, all these various organizations who are doing this and doing that, Bilderberger, yada, yada, yada. Does he really think that he is that powerful that he's going to take these people down? I mean, you know, I went through this when I was first waking up, and I have nowhere near the amount of money, status, fame, any of that stuff that he has. And I realized, like, Steve, back up. You're not going to take these people down, so shut the fuck up, right? I will talk to people about certain conspiracy things. I will even make videos about, like, certain things in the conspiracy world on a lower level. But he has a huge platform. He's supposed to be the most popular guy on the internet. And they're saying he's actually believing that he can, like, put a dent in the armor of the establishment. So, for one, that brings me, that makes you take a step back and say, you know what? That's not what this is about. I think he's being Alex Jones. Because, you know, think about Alex Jones. Alex Jones exposed a lot of shit that is very true. Where he talked about atrazine, you know, fertilizers and stuff like that are being used mainly in America, being put in the grass, like grass fertilizers and stuff like that. These things that mess with the hormones of men, mess with the hormones or whatever of females. It causes all this havoc. He said this shit like 10 years ago, and now it's starting to come out that it's true, right? But yet still, he's being sued for almost $1 billion behind some of these conspiracies that have happened that he spoke out about. And he gets out there in the court and he's laughing. He thinks it's funny, all this type of stuff. And so you have to ask yourself, like, what is this all about? Because Alex Jones is not a stupid person. Alex Jones rubs shoulders with very smart people. And so does Andrew Tate. So, you know, that's where I start to look at these Andrew Tate characters as being, you know, sort of like setup, right? And all I needed to hear was Andrew Tate was, his father was part of the CIA and dropped out of the CIA to pursue his career in chess. And then he died broke with $20 in his pocket. Those were Andrew Tate's words. I mean, come on. So, you know, I will say that it all sounds really weird to me. This whole Andrew Tate thing. And I don't know what's going to come of it. I highly doubt that Andrew Tate's going to end up dead. Because Andrew Tate is sort of comparing himself to this, like, Epstein character. Jeffrey Epstein. And we're like, oh, they're coming for me and they want to do this to me. Do what to you and why? Like, you're a fucking guy. You're talking about loose women, whores, and then on the other end of it, you're talking about conspiracies and stuff like that people already know. You're not saying anything new. And I'm not against this guy. I want you guys to understand, I'm not against Andrew Tate in any way because, in my opinion, I think he's sort of like a male pimp, where he's pimping these like loser type characters, guys who can't talk to women, guys who can't get laid and stuff like that, to make money. I mean, it's nothing new. Pimping, prostitution has been around since the beginning of time. And I think that he's sort of finding like this new niche way of getting into it. But, you know, you're not going to tell me, though, like when he puts his hands up and he throws up these diamonds, right? These particular signs and shit. And he said, the Matrix is attacking me. Like that right there broke the whole view that I had on this guy. Because I was like, yo, this guy, he was a fighter, kicking ass. He got money, he got cars, he's fucking women, all this type of shit. But once he's acting like the guys who he's trying to help for $50 a month. It's like, the Matrix is attacking me. Da, 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 da. It's like, dude, why didn't you just shut your fucking mouth, take your money, collect your bag, go fuck these women, and just stay out of the limelight? Why he's putting himself out there, and it's mad suspect. For old school conspiracy guys like me, I mean, that right there, this whole thing is what made me think something is up with this Andrew Tate character. Now, I don't know if he's CIA. His father was CIA, right? I don't know if he's probably CIA himself. I heard that, and I saw a couple pictures where he drives around in a Lamborghini with his license plate as spy. I don't know if that's true. I don't dig that much into it. I'm sort of like, I look over things and kind of see where it's going with it. But like, you know, something's up with this guy, Andrew Tate. And, you know, it is what it is. I hope the best for the man. Because, you know, he seems like under all of this shit, he's probably a decent guy. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate. If his father played chess and did all that, chess is a great game. You know, I hope the best for this family, but it just seems to me like this is like an Alex Jones thing. And just to be clear, I think Alex Jones is a tool. I think Alex Jones, because Alex Jones somehow broke into the Bilderberger meetings. How is that possible? You got armed guards with fucking, like, the highest power rifles standing outside of this thing, and somehow Alex Jones was able to break into it. But then Alex Jones is friends with this person, that person. I think it's all bullshit. And, you know, I don't know. That's just my take on this whole shit. And that's that. I mean, you know, who knows where all this is going to end up. But, I mean, if Andrew Tate ends up dead somehow, I'll be shocked. That will shock me. But I think he's going to get out of jail or whatever kind of bullshit he has going on. He's in Romania where he said, oh, I could buy this and that. I could do whatever I want in Romania. I drive 200, 300 miles per hour, and the police just pull me over, and I give them a couple $100, and they let me out. But yeah, suddenly he's in jail and like all this stuff because he was tweeting with whatever that bitch's name is, the young girl. I mean, come on. It's all bullshit. It just seems like bullshit to me. But either way, if you guys agree, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we can go back and we can talk about this. I want to make more videos about this type of stuff because, you know, I'm very passionate about this bullshit that's going on. And these dudes who get, like, huge fucking, like, subscriber ratings and these followings, but yeah, they're very suspect. I'm not trying to do that. I just want to eat a little something. You know what I mean? But these motherfuckers, I mean, like, goddamn. I mean, they're making fucking millions and millions and millions off of, like, these young kids and these guys that just can't get laid, telling them a bunch of bullshit. But either way, you guys all take it easy. I just wanted to fucking spew some shit. And I hope all of you guys have a blessed day. You take it easy and just keep on keeping on, all right? Hopefully I could exit this little thingy here.